everyone! So Trevor and I are going to make a video about our sexuality. Each of us decided that it was a good idea for it to be an individualized thing, and then we were going to combine the videos together. So, this is what Trevor thinks about his sexuality.
Hello. Okay, so now that you know what's going down with the videos, here is my take on my own sexuality. So for the most part, I just identify as a straight male. I guess there's a little bit of fluidity there, though. You know, if Jen were to tell me that she was trans and was going to transition, I would support that, and I would love her as a male, just as I do as a, as she is a female. Because I love her. I love Jen, just as a person, and everything else comes after that. I don't love her for her gender or for her, for the sex or anything like that. I love her for the person that she is. That's pretty much my take on it. That's how I feel about anything. I'm attracted to females, to female-identified people. Not generally sexually attracted to male-identified people, but, that does come second. So, that's kind of that. I sort of went through the phases in my life. I went from bisexual to lesbian, starting with straight, though, obviously. Lesbian never really fit me. I never really felt like that's what I actually was. It was kind of like I was still waiting for my true identity, which it never, I don't know, it didn't really make sense. Nothing really made any sense to me. But that all makes sense now, that I know that I'm not a lesbian. I never really was a lesbian, because I was always a male inside of my mind. And, so I kind of went through all of those phases. I liked a girl when I was in 3rd grade. She was my bus safety. I used to cry because she, I couldn't see her on the weekends. And then in 8th grade was when I decided I was bisexual. I saw a video with Jennifer Aniston in it or something like that, and she made out with some woman in a club or something, and it kind of clicked, like, yeah, that's good, like, I want that. And, I was female identified at the time, so that made sense that would, appeal to me. And then, after that I just realized I'm not really attracted to guys sexually. There's always, like, an attraction there, which was confusing. But it wasn't that kind. So I basically was like, yeah, I'm a lesbian. And now that I've realized that I'm trans, that means I'm a male, and I identify as one, and therefore I am straight. However, I feel like I'm fairly open-minded about it. And, I know a lot of guys say that tea changed their sexuality, in one way or another. I don't think it really does that, in case anybody was wondering. My take on that is basically that, how can you actually know what you want or who you like 100% until you actually are yourself? I feel like when you go on your hormones, it kind of takes away the fog that was covering up yourself, and when you take away that focus on finding yourself and who you are, you can start focusing on finding, figuring yourself out, rediscovering yourself and the things that you like and the things that you want. So I think it just kind of sheds a light on what you actually want. You are attracted to who you're attracted to, you know. Sometimes it's just easier to, you know, when you finally are, you know, fully a male, you know, you're still looking at that guy, you know, and it's not really a kind of a curious thing anymore because you know what that's like, you know. So is it an attraction? I don't know, maybe. But anyway, that is my take on my own sexuality. I'm really excited to hear Jen's take on hers because we've talked about it a lot. So thank you for listening, and here is Jen with her take on her own sexuality.
So now for my sexuality. Currently I identify as pansexual, meaning that I like men and women and really everything in between, you know, because to me a person is not defined by their gender. So previously, though, I identified as straight. I thought that I was mainly just attracted to men. All of my boyfriends were cisgendered males. And then I met Trevor. I met Trevor, and Trevor at the time identified as a lesbian, and I started dating Trevor, and I thought, okay, this is it. I'm attracted to this. I want this, you know. And I just knew that that's who I wanted to be with, you know. And I think that makes sense, you know. Not that I'm not attracted to other body types. I am. Not that I'm only attracted to, you know, to women. I'm not just attracted to men. I'm attracted to, you know, a person. I'm attracted to a person, not a gender. And, Trevor's changing his gender, honestly. I really am attracted to what he is, to who he is, you know. So I think that that's really about it, you know. For a while I was confused about bisexuality. I thought that I could have been bisexual, but I was not educated. Honestly, I was pretty in the dark about all of the different types of sexuality, and really, I believe that sexuality is fluid, you know? You don't have to put a label to who you love or who you like or who you want to have sex with, you know? I might not only want to have sex with men, I might not only want to have sex with women. You can love whoever you want to love, and I think that that's one thing that I really like to talk to people about, you know. I mean, when I was in high school and I was dating Trevor, originally with our lesbian relationship, it did cause a lot of conflict in my life. I didn't necessarily lose any friends, but I was definitely, like, the talk of this school. I felt a lot of people staring at me. Everybody thought I was a lesbian. Even though I had had a very long relationship with a guy that was in my high school before, it didn't matter. I was the school lesbian, and, you know, it sucks because I wasn't actually with a girl, and nobody really would understand that. So even now on my Facebook page, it says that I am in a relationship with Kelly, even though I'm not. I'm really not in a relationship with Kelly. I'm in a relationship with Trevor, and I wish that I could be more open about it, but it's more difficult than it seems. So there are a lot of social conflicts involved with your sexuality, which I don't understand why it's put on this this big pedestal. It's like a spectacle to people, you know. Oh, that person likes girls and they are a girl? Oh my. It's ridiculous. It's just silly, you know. You love who you love, you know. And I think that that's just the most natural thing there is. Thank you for listening.